I've heard you describe a way in which, sometimes people really benefit and need to open. And then there's other people that kind of really need to narrow,
Yeah.
and even the same people maybe at different times. And so I'm curious if there's, you know, something around like the difference between times when you need to open versus times when you need to kind of like narrow related to
Yeah.
all this.
Nice. Nice. Hmm. Yeah, I like the way you frame it, that it's both, we could say, personality types, but also both exist within each of us. So there's a quality or an approach, we could say, that I would call open attention, where you're sitting, meditation, and all everything I say about meditation is applicable to everyday life as well. It's just meditation is a particular has particular opportunities because you're not involved with all the distractions. You're you can't hide very easily when you it's just you. So you're sitting there, and with open attention, there's this intention toward presence, intention to be here. And we use the body. I call it embodied meditation. It's based in Zen practice called shikantaza, which means just sitting. So we're sitting, and the ground state is I'm in this body, breath is occurring, I'm open, my eyes are a little bit open, the world is here. I'm not trying to shut out the world and be in my mind. I'm not trying to shut out my body or my feelings. I'm here noticing what appears with a sense of openness and curiosity, not going into what appears as much as noticing and letting go, coming back to the next breath. And the direction is toward an effortless effort, meaning letting the meditation find you so that you're sitting and you're not separate. And it's not like you're here noticing the breath down there or the sounds out there. That's there at first. But the direction is a letting go of control, yet an orientation toward the present moment through what's here. The breath is always here. The sensations of the ground are here. Sounds are often here. So we emphasize those three neutral points: weight, gravity, breath, and the space around. The direction is letting go of all of that. And there's a subtle noticing of what notices. There's a subtle awareness that's not effortful. And you're resting there. So that's the direction of the open attention. Now, that is often too open for a lot of people. And all they do is sit there and think the whole time. And they go, well, they get lost in their stories. And maybe once in a 30-minute or 20-minute meditation, they've noticed that they're lost in a story. So when someone has very strong habit mind like that, it can be really helpful to have a more focused meditation. So things like counting the breath, or I'll do an abbreviated version, what I kind of a bridge between the two, where I'll have people with one inhale. Actually, let's do it right now. With
Mm.
one inhale, as you follow it down towards your belly, you just say to yourself very lightly, 1, 2, 3. Then there's a brief pause, and then with the exhale, 3, 2, 1, and a brief pause. So I'll have people do that. With some people, I have them do that quite often. If I'm leading a group, I might say, let's have a minute of counting where with one breath, it's 1, 2, 3, inhale, pause, 3, 2, 1, exhale, pause. And you're giving more direction, more temporary control of attention, and then letting it go. And then the next step is just to be with the movement of breath. And then even letting go and whatever appears. So open attention is really so helpful. Directed attention is helpful. And overall, I'm wanting to encourage people to find a fundamental friendliness, at homeness in their experience of being. That's the direction, whether it's in everyday life or on the cushion, but sit or in a chair. It doesn't have to be a cushion. But that sense that one of the greatest things that's challenging, has always challenged humanity, and especially now, is this absolute fear of boredom and a need to keep the organism stimulated. We're actually, I think, really hurting our kids by constantly, early on, giving them electronics, giving them stimulation. I worked with kids for a lot of years as a Feldenkrais person, and in the, I started back in '75, and in the last 15 years, I have really seen a big shift, last 20 years, shift in the attention of kids, that kids get upset and don't know how to entertain themselves without stuff. That
Yeah.
wasn't there before. A little ball would do it, or
Yeah.
anything lying around, you know?
We have a 1-year-old in the house, so I mean, he can entertain himself with a cup for 35, 40 minutes.
So this, one of my passions about sitting is get rid of the idea that you're supposed to control your mind.
Mm,
It's about getting friendly with your experience and not giving yourself distractions. And that's not easy.
yeah.
And it's getting harder for people because I know what it's like. I'm a modern guy in some way. I have my cell phone, I've got
Yep.
my computer, I'm online, and I know I go through periods where I just want to check my cell phone. I just want to see what's there. I'm in touch with so many people. And did I get another message? And it's really a practice of saying, "Whoa, it's starting to take over in an unhealthy way." And so the practice of getting comfortable with your own body and mind, the practice of getting comfortable with this moment means getting comfortable with your life. And I don't know a more direct way than the kind of sitting practice I'm talking about.